I was working on a project wherein I'm playing the it's more a jam rather. I'm playing Jimi Hendrix Hear My Train Coming, you know, with Indian percussions and the lead lines are basically Indian Raga phrases. So I'm gonna play that. It's just a small 1.5 minute clip. So it's based on a raga. It has a very it's very different in terms of the percussion and I wanted a very different amp, so that's when I started experimenting with Supro on the Stomp. Welcome back to the channel, guys. So we have a good one today. I have a new amp model which I've been playing and managed to get the best out of from the HX Stomp Helix platform. So those of you who are new here, I got the HX Stomp over a year ago, and I have lots of videos on HX Stomp tones, impulse responses, plugins, discussions, various things. So you can check the channel out, and there are loads of free stuff that you can download if you're new, with the Stomp. And as far as my playing goes, before the HX Stomp, I was always on tube amps with pedals. So my quest is always to make the Stomp sound as close as possible to a tube amp. And personally, the amp model which we're talking about today is Supro, the 6616, this weird looking amp. I'm going to put a picture on the screen. Um, I don't know much, I never knew much about Supro apart from the fact that Jimmy Page used the Supro Coronado in his initial days, including Led Zeppelin 1 and 2, if I'm right. And of course, Supro has some great players to their credit, including Billy Gibbons, one of my favorite, um, Joe Perry, Lenny Kravitz, and out of the newer guitarists, Mark Lettieri. So they have some amazing players, and Supro is famous for being a pedal platform and a very edgy, kind of an amp, which is in between a Marshall and a Tweed. That's the best way I can describe it, and that's the best I know. But one of the things which I did is the Supro model always sounded a little dull on the Stomp, so I did not pay too much attention to it. I was working on a project wherein I'm playing the it's more a jam rather. I'm playing Jimi Hendrix Hear My Train Coming, with Indian percussions and the lead lines are basically Indian Raga phrases. So I'm gonna play that. It's just a small 1.5 minute clip. So it's based on a raga. It has a very it's very different in terms of the percussion and I wanted a very different amp, so that's when I started experimenting with Supro on the Stomp. And though I never personally played a Supro, my tube amp, one of my tube amps, anyone who has played a Supro always said that it kind of sounds like a Supro. So I basically wanted this tube amp. You can't see that, it's not in the frame, but this is the sound which I was going for, and I was too lazy to mic up, so I tried the Supro. First thing which I did was I put the impulse response, and it immediately started sounding good. So the impulse response which I'm using here is as a Marshall, because I wanted the growl, and it did the job. Though I'm using a own hammer impulse response, if you want a good Marshall 1960A cabinet impulse response, it's there on one of my videos. I'm going to leave a link. Now, what happened with that is it basically started behaving exactly how an amp should behave, which is exactly what I was looking for. If I hit it hard, let me record this so that I can overlay the sound. This is just the amp model and nothing else with impulse response. And it behaves like an amp because if I hit it, it growls. If I don't and I play it soft, so it behaves like an amp. Now, as Supro is a pedal platform, known to be a pedal platform, I wanted to put Rat, which is one of my favorite pedals, in front of it. As usual, the screenshots of this particular patch will be towards the end of the video for you to pick up. The moment you put the Rat, it's exactly in between a Marshall and a Fender, to my ears at least. So you can actually play stuff like it sounds sweet. In fact, it reminds me of a lot of Joe Bonamassa's tone, which he gets out of the Tweed, and the original songs are actually played on a Marshall or something. Let's try out something. This is just the patch only with the Rat. So I think it sounds very nice. So what I did was, let me go to the. It basically has two impulse responses. The Rat, I EQ'd it slightly, and there's a little bit of a reverb and delay. That's all there is to this patch. So I'm going to put screenshots of this patch so that you can download it. And I hope you enjoyed the jam. Support the channel by hitting that subscribe button and like button. Really helps us out. We are a new channel. And I hope you got something from this today. And I'll see you the next time. Thank you.